Hello. I am here to explain to you about another utility app of AeraSwap network, that is Renting DApp. Renting DApp is a decentralized peer-to-peer leasing platform with rental ecosystem where anyone can list their assets and rent them without involving any middleman or third party, using blockchain technology to make the rental process cost effective, more convenient, and secure for both lenders and borrowers. Uh, in renting dApp, the users can rent any personal asset in P2P mode, like apartments, houses, household items, personal accessories, furniture, electrical appliances, gadgets, electronic items, clothing, and more. There will be 1% of fuel from the users for the exchange of services. Further, this fuel will be rewarded back to buyers and sellers, introducers, and their day swappers, respectively. In addition, the property or asset owner can announce additional incentive for promotion of their asset to be rented with the users on the platform. Uh, so basically, I have been working on this dApp and it's functionally ready. So I will take you through all its functions. There will be some places where it might get a bit tricky, or you can say like it's not very well displayed. So please bear with that. But work on the notification system is yet to be done. But as the functioning is complete, I'll actually take you through the entire process once. So, okay, here we are on Renting dApp. I need to show you the basic things first. So here we have some items listed already. Like you can see here. So suppose you click on view. So you are redirected to the product details page. Second, it gets loaded. Okay, so I haven't loaded any wallet yet. I have not signed in. I'll sign in a minute. So here it is. This is a product description page. There is the product description. There is the payment info. So payment info contains these three very necessary uh, pricings: rent, which is to be paid by the lessee to the asset owner. This is a security fee is there, as we do in leasing contracts. So basically when you book an item, uh, this security fee is locked from your account. It is not paid to the asset owner, but it is stored there as a deposit. In case there is any damage done to the product, uh, in that case, it falls upon the asset owner's uh, point of view whether he would like to charge the entire security fee as damage penalty, or maybe an amount which is less than or equal to that security fee. Okay, so here is a cancellation fee. In case you want to cancel a product, you have to pay the amount of cancellation fee. But to note, you cannot cancel an item once you have started paying its rent. Okay, so a few more things. This is the start time and end time. This is rent now button, and this is check book dates button. So basically you can click on this and check the dates for which the product was booked before, or for upcoming dates for which it is booked. So as you can see, this product has been booked before on November 29 multiple times, and you can see there is none overlapping timings. So this is it. Here you can see the book dates and accordingly you can rent your item. If you enter any time that is overlapping with any uh, particular already booked timing, then you won't be able to book that item at that point of time. So that's it. When you click on rent now, at that time your security fee will be deducted from your account, and after the termination of the entire lease contract, your security fee will be given back to you if the product is returned without any damage, or a penalty considering an amount which is less than or equal to the security fee will be deducted from that. So let's get to working. I'll connect a wallet. Okay, okay, here it is. So I'm using hardware wallet, so I'll connect it using a private key here. Okay, so I'm connected with the wallet. I'll create my own listing so that I can show you the entire process. Uh, so okay, let's put an item on rent. Here you need to select a category and subcategory of your product. So let's say I'll go ahead with the mobiles. Yeah, fine. I'll go on with Android. Let's put it up. Title Realme 3 Pro. Let's go. Description. Wallet. Blue. Black. Realme 3 Pro smartphone. Available so let's put it up here. Come on, let's put daily. Okay, so maximum rent. So this is the rent you want to take from the users who will be booking your items. So right now let's keep it 5. Security fee, let's put it 10. Cancellation fee again, let's put it 3 ES. Here is the incentive. So as I explained in the very beginning, part of this incentive will be redistributed to the seller and buyers, tree and day swappers respectively. So let's put a 5% incentive so that people are interested in your item also. We'll not choose photos right now. So location, let's keep location Kolkata, West Bengal, and we'll click on submit. Okay, so yes, here it comes, product successfully listed on renting app. So you can go to product list and you will see Realme 3 Pro listed on Monday, December 7th, 2020 at 19:27. That's the time right now. So, okay, you can go to my listings and here also you'll see Realme 3 Pro, which you have just created. So that's under my listings. Okay. If you go in it, so this is basically your my product page. So here are some different functions to the normal product details page. This is for the side of the asset owner. Uh, from here, he will manage all the rental contracts that are booked for this particular item. You can delete this listing. So if you click on delete, this you won't be able to see it anymore on the product list page, and neither in my listings. So I'll not remove it right now. We'll perform one rental function on this. So okay, I'll have to log out and I'll log in with another address to book this item for a time period. Okay, so yes, I logged out. Let's connect to wallet again. So yes, I have been connected. Let me see. It's just make sure it's okay. So there is nothing on my listings here. So this is not the address with which I just booked my which I just put my product on list. So again, in product listings, you will be able to see. Okay, yes, Realme 3 Pro, which we just listed. So let's go and check it. So here we click on check booked dates and there are no dates. So this product hasn't been booked even once. We'll book it for some time. Let's book it for from today 7:30. Okay, till let's just give it 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Oh, 7:50 is fine, I guess. And we'll click on rent now. Rented. Okay. So if you just go back once and again come to product list. Okay, so this UI is a bit not very stable. So this is your current contract address, like which it just showed rented. So this is your contract address that has been created. Uh, this is the lesser, which is the asset owner's address, your start time and your end time. And these are some functions. I'll explain in a bit what these do. Okay, so we need to go back to the asset owner's account once. So bear with me a bit. This so okay, I will connect to wallet again. Okay, let's go to my listings. Yes, on the right wallet. So you might see here that now for the asset owner also, here there is something new which wasn't there before. So this is the same contract address which you just saw before that. This is the address of the person who has just booked the item, the start date and the end date. And here are again some functions. So I'll explain the functions now basically. So there are some checks that need to be done before you start paying the rent. Okay, so this is from the asset owner's point. that he needs to actually provide whether the condition of the item is okay or not before he actually rents it out. So enter 1 if okay, else 0. So I'll enter 1, supposing that the phone which I am putting on rent is in good condition and it's okay to put it out on rent. And I'll click on initial lesser. Please just go through these steps very clearly, uh, because these are important. Okay. So initial check by lesser is done, which means that if I am the asset owner, I have just checked the item, the condition of the item, and it's fine. So now again, I'll have to actually go back and log in from the buyer's account. So, okay, this will take quite a few transitions. So, yeah. Again, I'll go to product list this time and I'll go to that same product which I have booked. And now from this end, it's like when there is a peer-to-peer meeting to take the item, from this side the buyer now basically checks the condition of the item, so there is no dispute later regarding the fact that the item was damaged beforehand. So again, he checks the item, so enter 1 if okay, else 0. I'll enter 1 and I'll go on initial lessee. Okay, so what this function does is basically it is a check from both the ends before the product is actually put out on rent. The product is in a condition which is okay, and so basically that is the thing. And once you click on initial lessee, this is very important. Once you click on initial lessee, your security amount here, which was I think okay, I'll just see, which is 10 years, has been locked from your account. Okay, so that 10 years has been deducted from your account, but that has not been transferred to the owner's account. It is just locked, it's there as a deposit. So now you can pay your rent. So if you click on pay rent, so 5 years rent paid, which is exactly what the rent amount was. Okay, now we'll try terminating the contract. So again, just like we did, there was an initial check from the lessor and then there was an initial check from the lessee and we paid rent. It's again the same pattern. Now there will be a final check from the lessor and a final check from the lessee. So, which basically means while returning the product also, there is a check from both the ends to just cover up any any cases of damage. Suppose while returning there is a damage caused to the item, so the owner will be charging some fees for that, which again must be less than or equal to the security fee. Okay, so in this case both people have to agree that yes, there has been some damage caused to the item. In case there is a dispute, there is a condition in which the owner says there has been damage caused, but the one who actually used the product for that time is not he's not agreeing with the fact that there has been some damage caused by him, so that actually results in a dispute which has to be handled by them separately. So yes, we will do it for the process in which there requires a penalty. So again, I'll log out and I'll log in with the owner's wallet. Okay. Okay, I'll log in with the Yes, and I'll go to my listings and then again to the product, and here now I will put a 0 for final lesser. As is written there, enter 1 if okay, else 0. So my product is not okay. It has some damage caused to it. So I'll enter a 0 here and I'll go for final lesser. Final check by lesser is done. Again, I'll log out and log in through the buyer's account. Yes, so I'll go to product list and product. Then okay, I'll put a 0 for final lessee as well, because again here you see it's a enter 1 if okay, else 0. So suppose in this case I enter a 1, that's actually a dispute case where the owner is saying that the product is not okay and the buyer is saying no, that the product is okay. So that's a dispute case which needs to be handled separately. So in this case, I'll just agree that yes, there has been some damage caused from the buyer's end. So we'll go on final lessee. And here you are. Now this step is very important. If you see the next one, which I'm going to do, the owner, the asset owner has to terminate this contract. In case he doesn't terminate this contract, neither will he be getting his penalty amount back, nor will the buyer be getting his security back. So that amount will actually remain locked if the owner does not terminate the contract. So you go to my listings from the owner's end, whoever is the owner here, and then you need to terminate the contract. So here are two buttons, terminate normally and terminate with penalty. Since this is a case in which there is a case of penalty, so if you click on terminate normally, actually it won't, it will give an error. A second please. Yep, okay, so there was a lag, sorry. Okay, so in this case you go with terminate with penalty. You can see here the security amount is 10, yes. So you need to enter an amount which is less than or equal to the security fee. So suppose in this case I enter 6 yes and I terminate the contract with penalty. So contract has been terminated with penalty, which actually means from the 10 years security amount, 6 years has been paid to the owner as a penalty for the damage caused to the item, and the 4 years has been returned to the buyer's account. So this was pretty much the function of the entire renting system. There needs to be some notifications involved about these steps being concurrently done so that the other person knows. And other things, well, you can see as there is a search bar here. You can actually search for categories and subcategories. Like if I go for mobiles here and Android here and search now, so this is the one here, Realme 3 Pro, which I just listed. If you see on product list, let me just check. Okay, it's fine. Yes, here we have an Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max. So let's search again for mobiles, and this time we'll go for iPhone. Okay, here. So here it is, Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max. So that's Nice. And you can actually wishlist your items, wishlist items as we have in. So suppose you first check if you have any things in your wish list. No? Okay, then we go back. We'll just view a product, or okay, we'll do it from product list itself. This can be done from the product details page as well as from the card display here itself. So let's just add this Dell laptop. Okay, add it to favorites. Let's add Apple to iPhone. Okay, so again, now if you go to your wish list, you'll see these two from here. If I remove Dell laptop from, okay, that's removed. Like if you again just switch between the tabs, you'll see only Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max in your wish list. So that's not it. All the functions I have showed you. That's it. Thank you. And just one more thing about our Eraswap community. The incentives that have been offered for each product here, you can visualize them at dayswappers.com. I'll just take you to the site once. So this is it. So here you can log in with your wallet, and you can actually see that your introducer and your tree has been paid with the incentive and the rewards that Eraswap community promises. So thank you for watching this, and a bit more things are left, I think, on this. As soon as it is done, it will be live, and I hope you use this app, a decentralized app with no central authority, no middleman charges, will cut down your cost for renting things immensely. That's it.